There's only a couple of things that I wanted to bring to the top. One, go over some of the matchups that are good to watch.
All right.
So I have good to watch and who really cares. So the first one on the thing that I think it should be good to watch because both teams have something to fight for. Is Indy at Arizona. And this is not in any order. I mean, this is just going off of what I've written down. So there are other matchups here that we're going to cover here in a minute. So obviously, Indianapolis is second to Titans right now.
Yeah, they're fighting.
But with Titans out, Derrick Henry out, they're susceptible to Indy kind of overtaking them here in the last stretch.
Fast.
So Arizona's been playing well. Right? Well, up until that last game, I get it.
Losing to Detroit,
I know,
could you do that to me?
But this was in Detroit, and now they're at home. So right now, what I'm saying is that both teams have something to fight for going into these last 3 games.
Yeah, but you look at the Arizona Cardinals' home record. They lose games at home. They win on the road. And you couldn't even beat Detroit on the road. So what does that say? You coming home? I picked you guys to win, but I mean,
I think Arizona's.
You're scaring me.
I think really Arizona's going to win, but I do think that it's one worth watching.
Yeah.
Because both teams have something, and you're going to see something out of both teams, and you should be able to figure out where even the team that loses, you should figure out where they're going to end up.
Yeah, and that coach defense is playing top notch. So I'm not going to lie about that.
So the next one up, I mean, let's. What do you got on the Indy Arizona?
Indy, Arizona, I think Indy might take it.
Why?
Simply because Indy's on a kind of like upward.
Yeah.
With Jonathan Taylor running, 150, 200 yards a game?
Yeah, the running game is going. The offensive line is good.
Last 3 or 4 games, he's over 100.
And the defense is decent.
The defense on.
Question, though, and I apologize for not knowing this because I should. Is Wentz actually QB still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You didn't know.
I didn't even know.
I mean, he's getting overshadowed. He's getting overshadowed by his running back, but
he's getting overshadowed by his defense and his running.
He's getting bailed out by his running back.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this is, and I don't have a problem with that. This is his first year with the Colts.
Yeah.
And even though Phillip Rivers did hit the ground a little bit running, Wentz, getting his rapport with the receivers, that takes time.
Well, the fact that he stayed healthy the whole season is applause. So
right? That's right. Well, I mean, with 3 games,
I'm clapping for him.
If you got 3 games to go, it's looking good.
If you got a running back running for you, you got no choice but to stay healthy.
Yeah, right. But I said, that defense is good though.
But yeah, with the Indy game, I think Indy's gonna take them. I think Arizona's kind of having that Arizona slump that they always have towards the end of the season.
Yep.
They lose games they should really be winning. They have a history of that. That's why most of the years before Kyler Murray was even there, they were 8-8. They'll start off good with a 7-1 game, 7-1 game lead.
7-0. They went
7-0, 7-1, and then
9-5.
they're 9-5 or 8-8 at the end of the year. That's just their history. So I mean, if they can beat their history toward the end, that's fine. But I don't foresee it.
Well, they're still in 3rd place. Yeah. They lost 1st and 2nd when that loss to Detroit, and right now I'm looking at them to just try to finish strong and just see what happens. Because right now it looks like Green Bay is gonna just run with it, be number 1.
They've already got it locked.
Yeah.
Green Bay's won the division.
Oh, they won the NFC already?
Yeah,
they won it with
I'm talking about the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they
haven't clinched the number 1 seed, but they've clinched their division.
The last game that they won, when they beat.
So you're hoping that Arizona takes number 1?
Well, I wanted, like I said in the beginning, early on, before the season started, I said Arizona's going to be 1 and 2 in their division, and they're the sleeper team to win the Super Bowl. Right now, when they started out, the Rams in Arizona was like on fire. They were kicking everybody's butt. And all of a sudden now, the Rams in Arizona are losing to everybody.
Right now, Arizona and Rams are tied.
Yeah, and the only reason Arizona's above them right now because they got the 1 win.
Yes. With 3 games to go, I mean, it's still anybody's game.
And they got to play each other again.
So I think that concludes the Indy at Arizona. Definitely worth watching. Take some notes because, with the 2 more weeks left of the regular season, every game matters.
Every game matters.
Another must-watch this weekend because it has a lot of implications not only on division but potential playoffs. Buffalo at New England.
Woo!
This is grudge. You start with this one. I know he's going to say New England's going to take it. I think Buffalo's going to come back with a little bit of a vengeance.
The fact they're playing in New England, though,
I don't care. It's Buffalo in New England. It's like the same freaking area. It's like right in their backyard.
Yeah, Buffalo's not winning.
See, I knew where he was going to be. I think Buffalo has a shot. Because whenever you get the division rivals, you always shoot for that split.
The games get funky and the play gets scattered. Chuck,
I have to give you credit on one thing. Belichick, he's always good at home, and he's the best. And he's the best at making halftime adjustments. So,
all right. So, Mr. Patriot, go.
He just explained it.
Yeah,
you got to say that.
He's like, it's a done deal. I don't even need to go into this one. Worth watching and taking notes because even if Buffalo drops this, they still have a fighting chance for one of those wild card spots.
Yep.
But and New England wins this, I think they're locked for number 1 seed, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah. Well, no, they're not. No.
Well, I know they'll win their division if they win this game.
Yes, they will clinch the division if they win this one.
All right. So who's
because that'll put them up at 2 games. So the next one that I think is a must watch is Baltimore at Cincinnati. Another division rival. Another one that has playoff implications, especially since Cincinnati is actually currently leading.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah. But this would give them a game over them, and I think even the tiebreaker because right now
Lamar Jackson being hurt. I watched the game last week with Chuck, and the quarterback, his backup, what's his last name? Huntley. The kid played awesome.
Yep,
he played awesome. But this going for the win when you could tie the game and go into overtime, you did this 3 times and you lost 3 times. Don't do that again. It's not.
Well,
working.
And unfortunately, this is a coaching call.
Yeah,
so you got to put it. It does. So you can't really put it on.
I'm not faulting the players. I'm faulting the calls.
Offensive coordinator needs to be shot because you do that on the road because you want to win it and go home. I get that. I have no problems with that call. Especially with you guys being able to get those passes and even those running from that position would have been better, I think, than trying for the pass play.
I would have did the 2-point conversion. If you're going to go for it with a run or some
especially a sweep.
Option. It was just some kind of like play action. You keyed on one player and they went to the one player.
Or a nice slant.
What's number 5 9? Brown?
Marquise Brown.
Marquise Brown was open, but because you were so keyed on Andrews, you forgot about the rest of it.
But anyway, so Baltimore coming off of that narrow loss to Pittsburgh, I mean that hurt them because if they would have won that game, then they would be the division leader instead of Cincy. But with Lamar out, Cincy playing well in Cincinnati, this is a potential one where they're going to take it and then take the lead for the division, and nobody saw this one coming.
Yeah, and the killer part about it for me is with the backup quarterback, they're playing good. They're still in the game. You got to free up these wide receivers, and the defense got to tighten up.
Well, the play of the last game with Baltimore, the reason why they made the 2, they were trying to go for the 2, because he was having success with the rollout. That's what got him back in the game. They were having success. Like you said, he keyed in on the tight end when the slot receivers came open towards the end of the play. That's something they could work on. I think they should have worked on those 2-point conversion plays more because that just seemed like, hey, let's just do this out of the blue. And that's why it didn't follow through. Same thing with the Steelers. Like I think they just called it at that time because that would have worked, and it did work. It's just I don't think they practiced it enough.
But when you're going against Cincinnati, if you're not close in this game, Cincinnati's gonna run away with
it. Right. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying if they practice more in those type of plays, like situational plays, it seemed like they had a backup whenever he couldn't get it down the field, they had him roll out. And then when they saw that they were having success with the rollouts, they kept doing the rollouts. What I'm saying is
when something works, you stick with it.
Right. Yeah. So what I'm saying is okay, so at the end of the game, they did another rollout, and it worked. It broke down the defense. It's just that, like he was saying, they keyed on that tight end when the slot receivers were wide open in the backfield. So if they work more on that, they would have probably won those 2 games, and even in the future, they could still win games like that. Because
that's a situational awareness,
right? But I mean, like the ends were coming in because they were trying to contain him, but they weren't predicting that his speed was going to get him out. So
at the end of the day. I'm gonna look at it like this here. You're going against Cincinnati. Cincinnati is up and down, like the whole division has been up and down. But Cincinnati has always been up there leading the charge. And then you're coming into Cincinnati. You cannot, and you got hurt. Huntley playing, starting again. Give this man the opportunity to win the game.
Yeah.
And if you get in that situation, think about I want to say think about having if you got 21, it's 21-20, you kick a field goal, you go in overtime. Give him a chance to go to overtime, see what he can do. Because what everybody's predicting you to go for 2. And they looking at the tapes all the time. So stop doing. That's why I say stop doing it.
Well, they didn't want to give the ball back to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He's shown that when he's in overtime, he tends to win the game.
I forgot about that part.
They had Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. I'd rather go for the 2.
My bad fans. I forgot about who Aaron Rodgers
I would rather
is
went for the 2.
All right. So that pretty much is really for the good ones that actually have implications, and the ones that I'm specifically looking at and seeing what the results are to give me an indication of what to expect for the rest of the season. A couple of honorable mentions, right? Chargers are coming into town. We're gonna go see that game on Sunday.
Go Chargers!
26. I'll be
Go
supporting
Texans.
my Chargers.
Go Texans.
He can root for the Texans. I don't care. And then, but that's a must win for the Chargers to stay in the
to
hunt
stay
for
alive. Period.
for the playoff options.
Yeah.
Another honorable mention, and this is a must win for Pittsburgh coming into Kansas City. Kansas City does not need to win it. So these are the type of games that usually you find silly, stupid upsets, especially from Pittsburgh. So
yes, he's right. He's exactly right on that one.
I don't know what to say. All I can say is don't bet on it.
I think the Rooney family or somebody is going to talk with the other owner. Hey, man, you don't need this game. Just give it to us, man. remember that
some under the table action.
Hey, well, you know what? If Mahomes suddenly comes ill,
right,
he can't play. We know what
Mahomes
happened.
on the COVID list now.
And then the backup quarterback comes out there.
Another one that has playoff implications is, but not. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. Rams at Minnesota. Minnesota at home is tough. Rams need it to stay in the hunt.
And the way the Rams have been playing,
Minnesota.
I couldn't.
But it's not going to be an easy one.
On my pick on this one, I picked the Rams because it came up heads. But
picked up
Minnesota might actually beat the Rams.
Flipping a coin.
Home.
And
Minnesota.
And for this week, who cares matchup? Jacksonville Jets.
I picked the Jets.
I did too.
I picked the Jets.
I picked the Jets.
Not for any other reason that I just see the Jets as more of a complete team than Jacksonville when it comes down to it.
And then for runner-up,
they're playing for number one seed to get the first round draft pick. So
no, Jets are not in there running.
No,
it's Detroit and Jaguars.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Detroit and Jaguars.
And for the runner-up of who cares? Washington at Dallas.
Yeah, that's a trash game. Trash game.
Oh, look. Chuck said something the other day, yesterday, right? No, Tuesday. I'm sorry. Washington. Ever since they lost, Chase Young, that defense just boop, 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 it's just gone. And they just can't stop nobody. They can't do anything right out there. So when Chase Young come back, demand some more money.
Right.
200 and something yards by the Eagles running back.
What, third quarter he was 200?
Third quarter he was 200. That's crazy. That means this man ran back and forth on the field twice on y'all.
In 3 quarters.
By the first half. That's no.
Yeah.
He said, no.
It's just no. Whatever.
But anyway.
He's emotional about that one, y'all.
Yeah, because I had the Washington winning this division.
You had Washington winning.
Really?
Yeah, I picked Washington earlier in the
Wow.
year. Yeah, I thought Dallas was going to be Dallas.
Oh, no, you just won't root for Dallas.
Yeah, I mean that too. Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead, Jay.
I think that was it as far as all the stuff that I had to talk about.
Okay, well.
Not too much else to – I mean, obviously with the holiday season, didn't really have a lot of time to catch up on some of the news.
Well, the fact that we got a couple games that we're actually going to go to, and anybody that's in Houston that's going to go to the San Diego Chargers game, look for us because we might be putting you guys with a cam shot. Say what you got to say, and we put you guys up on the screen.
Ooh, yeah.
And,
try to test out our idea for Fans Speak Out segment.
And I already know the venue, the spot. The second, I think it's on the floor we were on, the outside bar area.
Yeah.
You go out there where people smoke
on the
cigarettes.
patio?
Let
Yeah,
people
the
smoke
balcony
cigarettes
side.
and just get a couple fans' reactions of what's going on. And
Oh,
what you're
well,
thinking.
are we getting there early for the tailgating?
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna get breakfast first. I'm not eating that atrocious food.
Well, there's
in
an
NRG.
IHOP up there, or there's an IHOP here. We can grab.
Either or. But then
or?
we definitely gonna walk the parking lot. We're gonna do the fan speak out in the parking lot. We're gonna also try to get something in the stadium. So you guys keep an eye out for us, and we'll see you soon.